Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So, my channel focuses mainly on two things. One is going on day trips around Melbourne on my Honda VFR 800, and the second one is a restoration of my new Suzuki 1983 GSX 400 FWS, which I collected on Tuesday. Just giving you a quick walk around of it. That's my dog Wally in the background. And then just to run you down some of the problems I've found so far. So one is this cracked fender and the fact it's not sitting on the frame quite square. Paintwork obviously needs redoing at some point. We're missing a cap here. This side looks pretty okay in terms of scratches and dents. Still needs new paintwork, but we'll get to that later. This indicator snapped, looking a bit droopy. Seat, now that's last thing on my list at the moment. I'm pretty sure anywhere there's a plastic bag, it probably means it's not going to work properly. There's an oil leak down here. Don't know where this is coming from yet. We'll figure that one out later. And then we come up here, the key. For some reason it wobbles, which can't be a good thing. The steering lock also doesn't work. Key doesn't really work in the fuel cap either. And doesn't work in the seat pan. Now, some of you may notice I was actually putting it in the wrong hole there, but it doesn't work in either of them anyway. And it doesn't really come up very well on the video here, but there's a lot of furry stuff in that exhaust, which I'm sure also isn't supposed to be there. And that's Wally looking at me going, what have you done? So here's a nice oil can, which I actually went around to the local chip shop and asked for, because I plan on draining the fuel today and doing an oil change, or at least draining the oil from the bike. So far I've pushed it 1.5 kilometers and ridden it 0, so hopefully one day that tally changes. The exhaust's not rusty as anything, but there doesn't seem to be any holes in them that I can see. Nice editing there. So remember earlier I was saying the keys don't seem to work? I did find a substitute. Good old-fashioned screwdriver. Works on a fuel cap, and this is about the moment I looked inside the tank and realised it's as rusty as my old bicycle that sat outside for 6 months. Put this over here so I don't lose it. Wally's probably going to have a lick of the oil. And then back to the old incorrect key socket. Probably not going to work. Mainly because I haven't figured out what that key actually does, or that hole. But the screwdriver works perfectly for both the fuel cap and the seat. So I get this out of the way, and what we realise is there's another plastic bag. Fender. Not sure how this is even held in, to be honest. I just shake it enough and eventually it comes out. Shake, shake, shake. That's my VFR in the background. Just getting a better angle. Easy when you have two hands. Around to the other side. Done. So I've just nipped inside, got the tubing out to drain the tank. So I've seen my dad do this a few times, and every time he ends up drinking about 1 litre of fuel. So before I went to do this, I YouTubed it. There's a much better way to do it, apparently. So we'll give it a go and see how it goes. Involves cutting 2 pieces of cable, or tube should I say. So you can see what I'm doing is I feed the one tube down into the tank, put it into my container, which I'll dispose of tomorrow. Get another smaller piece, which I put into the tank as well. Seal the fuel cap with my hand, make sure it's nice and tight, and just blow as hard as you can.